It's Nolan. If it's money on the line, I'ma get it, baby. J Nolan, game point on the line, I'ma hit it, baby. Fresh and local, man. Yeah. When it's time for me to shine, pay attention, baby. Rex and I be on the board. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. Yeah, ain't nothing better than rocking the Coochie sweater to lunch. Doing whatever it take to get at this cheddar and lump. Said the endeavor, I'm ready, my faith is set to the sun. With so much drama, I'm contemplating to get me a gun. Hope I don't use it, don't stop the movement. Just rock the music, if I'm locked inside, just plot the rubric. That prosecution ain't gon' stop me, you're my mama pride. The Constitution brought them tears into my partner's eyes. I prophesize like Confucius, execution, the wordplay sick. And no, I ain't rhyming for no first place ribbon. This ain't my first take, I'm hungry like my first plate given. So get yours, cause I'm piss poor, pushing these limits like Rick Ross. Homie, legit boss, never flip raw ever. I just spit bars, clever, rap my click across the measure. Stand firm like Omega, wildin' for that respect. I'd rather you see my heart than some diamonds around my neck. If it's money on the line, I'ma get it, baby. Game point on the line, I'ma hit it, baby. When it's time for me to shine, pay attention, baby. Keep turning where you at. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm living. Let's get this paper, boy.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope life is going nicely for you. Hope your day is going swimmingly. You feel me? And being that bit that just dropped yesterday, I hope that y'all have picked it up, listened to it, streamed it, played it a couple times. If not, go to my pinned comment on this video, run it for your boy a couple times, add it to your playlist, send it to a friend. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me all the time I need to be dropping these records. Well, I got a new one out for y'all. I'm going to keep promoting this at least for 30 days or so till we get to the next record. And that's what we're going to start doing. We're just going to start dropping singles. We're going to push it for 30 days on the channel. And I'm going to keep telling y'all. And then we're going to move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And just see how we could keep this thing going, because I need to build momentum. And y'all encourage me to push forward with the music. So I need y'all to show up. All right? Cool. Now, we all know that this Super Bowl decision, which, of course, Kendrick Lamar headlining, has been a massive conversation all week. It's pretty much the only thing that a lot of people have cared to talk about in general. It wasn't really until last night when Kendrick Lamar dropped a random song, Watch the Party Die, Black Air Forces, or whatever the fuck he wanted to call it, that people had something else to talk about, and it just so happened to be based around Kendrick once again. It overshadowed everything that was going on. Of course, the VMAs, it overshadowed the bombshell from Don Richard. Like, it just took over the entire everything, right? But initially, when the announcement came out that Kendrick Lamar would indeed be headlining the Super Bowl, we did have a online meltdown that came from Young Money, Cash Money, affiliate, former artist. I don't know what their connection is today. I don't even think they're really friends like that. But one of Lil Wayne's proteges, Nicki Minaj, came out and she had some choice things to say about Jay-Z. We did a whole video talking about it, trying to get to the bottom of what her issue with him is, her issue with him and his company, Roc Nation. We still don't have all of the answers. We still don't know, what all of the moving parts are contributing to her issue. It seems that she has a problem with, perhaps she wanted to be over there with Roc Nation at one point. Perhaps when she originally fired her management team, she was having some meetings with them and it just didn't pan out. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. We know that she did have some sort of mole that was working in the Roc Nation camp. She says she has moles at every label that give her updates about the female rappers, their release schedules, and when everything is dropping. And I don't know why she's keeping such close tabs on people that really can't compete with her in terms of being a massive artist and mainstream success. It seems a bit obsessive to me, but whatever. So when Desi Perez fired that person that was giving her inside information from the Roc Nation camp, she also had a meltdown on social media. Now that we've got Jay-Z and team and NFL and the city of New Orleans who have made this decision to get Kendrick Lamar to headline the Super Bowl in New Orleans without the help of Lil Wayne, and we still have to see how that's going to pan out if Kendrick indeed is going to bring out Lil Wayne. I think there's a lot of people out there that feel like they possibly can bully him into that. But I do think he has a massive amount of love for Wayne, so it's possible. But of course, there is also the Drake connection, which that would be eerie to see him out on stage with Kendrick Lamar, rapping, smiling, having a great time, when we know him and Drake have history, a very long history, right? So all of that aside, Nicki has this big meltdown. She calls Jay out of his name. She calls his fans out of their name and basically calls the industry coons for wanting to be associated with him so bad that y'all want brunch rather than looking at the injustice of a Lil Wayne not being chosen to headline the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Not to mention whatever her hidden issues are that she won't come out and just outright speak on are between them. I wish she would. If you want people to rally behind you, if you want support, people have to know what it is that they're supporting. You got a lot of blind supporters. However, the people that are not in your cult following are not going to blindly support you, and that's for every artist in the industry. You got to give me some context, right? We talked about that. Now we've got sports analyst Stephen A. Smith, who's coming out and decided he wants to go ahead and put his take out and basically speak directly to Nicki Minaj to get some straightening. Now, typically, I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot that I actually go to Stephen A. on for his opinion about. Sometimes, you know, he's a broken clock here and there where he's right. Sometimes he's very off base. Sometimes he can come across as a fucking jackass. All of those things are true. Well, today it seems that the clock has struck one of those times where it's absolutely right. We're going to go ahead and pull up the footage of him criticizing her meltdown, her rant. He didn't have any issue with her personally, which I try to maintain that same exact stance when I critique people as well. Like, I'm critiquing your actions, your words, you know what I'm saying? More so than you as a person, you know what I mean? Unless it's like something extremely heinous that we just cannot allow, you know what I'm saying? But once again, we're going to go ahead and pull up Stephen A's clip, and then I'll give my response to what it is that he's saying, and we'll move on. All right? Cool. Give me a second. We shall. All right, cool.
Come on, Nicki. I respect you. I respect your work. I respect what you've accomplished. Who else you going to get in the beef with? Little Kim, Mariah Carey, Cardi B, Gucci Mane. I'm just looking at all of this stuff. Taylor Swift. Every time we turn around, Demi Lovato. Every time we turn around, it's something, Nicki. You disagree with the decision. You disagree with the decision. You got to talk about the brother like that? And why are we talking about Jay-Z like he's some damn sellout or something? Need I remind y'all, all the hip-hop artists, all the R&B people that have been performing at the Super Bowl halftime over the last few years since he's been involved since 2019? Did I not read some of these names to you? The Who, Coldplay, and people like that? You know how hard it is for a black man to pull off what Jay-Z has pulled off in terms of making sure that black folks get that kind of center stage to promote their brand and build their profile? How unappreciative can you be? It ain't about you as an individual. It's about us. All of us as black people. And that brother right there, Jay-Z, has been front and center in pushing the envelope. You gonna call him a sellout? You gonna use the N-word to describe him like that? A sellout? You know what? What's up with that? The hell is that? He don't deserve that. This some BS. You disagree with the decision, I understand. You think Lil Wayne's supposed to be up there, I understand. I got that part. I'm talking about how you talking about Jay-Z. How you talking about Jigga? How you talking about Hov? Really? Knowing all the people that he's helped? He ain't perfect, none of us are. But he don't deserve that.
All right, that's Stephen A. Smith. Hey, man, I don't see where he was wrong on this one. And he read you for filth by calling out everybody that you done dog whistled about. It's time to remove the whistle from the collar at some point. Unless you're going to give us actual context and details that actually explain your reasoning for crying out for support or help or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Jay-Z and committee's decision of Kendrick Lamar, they state, this is directly from Hov, he says Kendrick Lamar is truly a once-in-a-generation artist and performer. His deep love for hip-hop and culture informs his artistic vision. He has an unparalleled ability to define and influence culture globally. Kendrick's work transcends music, and his impact will be felt for years to come. Okay? So those are the words out of Jay-Z's mouth himself. As you saw Stephen A. so eloquently put, you see the type of music that we had at the Super Bowl for years upon years upon years. Our culture was not represented. Our people were not represented. Our artists were not represented. Not properly. Right? And the only time that any of us even got to sniff the mic and the stage up there is if we were paired with some other motherfuckers from another genre giving us a carrot to bite off of to do some forced ass collabo that never needed to happen. Some fucking mashup shit. So yeah, we not rolling. I'm sorry. Now I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are tired of this conversation about the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably on your side on that. Like, yeah, let's wrap this shit up. But there's more discourse, there's more discussion, and there's gonna continue to be more discussion because we're effectively at a countdown at this point. We've got Kendrick dropping records. People believe that the new record, Watch the Party Die, was some form of reaction to how people responded to his selection. I don't personally believe that record was in response, but I think it was a perfect time to release the message that he put out, right? Because honestly, if you want to look at it from the perspective of let me talk to the people based on this Super Bowl decision, that would change how I look at the record. That would make me feel like, okay, is he positioning himself against Wayne? I don't think he would do that. I don't think he's doing that, right? And when I say positioning himself against Wayne, I'm saying based on the contents of this actual record, where he's talking about the industry, he's talking about people that are basically enabling poor behavior in various mediums, right? People that are enabling poor morals, poor values and integrity, and basically positioning himself as the antithesis of that. And I'm willing to kill all you niggas in order to restart this whole thing from scratch. If you say, oh, this is a response to that, there's only a couple of ways you can really deduce it. He's either talking to the fans, which I don't think he wants to kill the fans, or Lil Wayne is also collateral damage in that. I don't think that that's how he's doing it. He's shown too much respect for Wayne over the years. I think this is a record he had. I think that it was something that he was working on. You know what I'm saying? From what I hear, Kendrick Lamar can work on music and it can take time. Not so much that he can't finish, but he'll put something down. He'll stew on it, think about how he can deliver it, think about changes to the production that could be made. Y'all, those of y'all that are actually following Kendrick's arc over the years, you'll know most of Mr. Morale ended up leaking out. And those songs went through multiple transformations, different beats. One verse here was used on this song that was supposed to be on this other song, but then it ended up on this song, right? So he has so many different collages that he's trying to put together in order to convey the proper feeling, the proper sentiment, the proper sound that he wants to get across. By the time you get to the final product, it's totally removed from what you first heard. So if I'm looking at an artist that goes through those types of progressions with their music, I don't think he just went in the studio, laid down some shit just to talk to the people who he doesn't even have to talk to. He doesn't have to defend himself because he's got plenty of fans who are going to go up for him and going to speak on his behalf any goddamn way. Right? I think that Kendrick probably was affected a little bit by some of the backlash. I'm sure he wasn't thinking that it was going to get to that level. I'm sure he anticipated some sort of pushback based on the optics and the location, especially since there was already talks that people just default expected Wayne to be there. But I don't think he expected shit to go like that. I also think that he had a plan for 9/11 this whole time. Again, when you go back to the battle, you go back to people like Daylight, right? You go back to people like his childhood friends that are on Twitter, like Lucky and, you know what I'm saying, other folks that kind of have a little bit of a glimpse behind the scenes of what he's got going on. They kept saying, this ain't nothing. Keep an eye out. Even after the record drops last night, you still got more remnants of, y'all stay tuned for the next thing. This ain't nothing. This is just a little preview. This is just a little snippet. How the hell is a 5-minute song a snippet? Niggas in the industry are making 1 minute and 30-second songs. He dropped a 5-minute song. His homeboy said that's just a snippet. Yeah, man. Now, as it pertains to Nicki, she then comes and says, well, you know, you can love Kendrick and you can love Lil Wayne without having to take away from one or the other. Well, shit. I hope you start biting from that same fucking dose, that same dish, because you basically screamed it was an outrage. You tried to make it seem like it was some sort of racially motivated crime, even though Kendrick Lamar is a fellow black man. I love Lil Wayne, but that nigga has come out over the years and fucking debunked his connection to actual real African American issues time after time. This man, this the same guy who came out and said, well, a white police officer was responsible for helping save my life, so I could never feel like white people are against me. Despite how people probably have treated him over the course of his life, he don't always, you know what I mean? He's different because he's a celebrity and he's been a celebrity for so long. But make no mistake, my guy, some of the motherfuckers that pacify you don't like you. Don't care for you and would rather you not be within their spaces, but they're forced to tolerate you because of your status and who you are. Right? You undermined not Black Lives Matter as a foundation. You undermined Black Lives Matter as an overall thought process, as an overall movement. You say you didn't understand it. So for Nicki Minaj to come out here and try to make this some sort of racial thing, like somebody's trying to hold a black man down by hoisting up another black man whose entire catalog is basically formed around black culture, not only from lyrics, but also samples, also the imagery that he uses in his work. Like, come on. That shit was messy. That was nasty work. So I completely co-sign Stephen A. Smith getting up in one good time. Now, After today, I don't know how many more times I'm going to agree with this motherfucker. We just going to have to see and take it on a day-to-day basis. Again, I don't tune into his show like that. This happened to come across my radar, and I said, oh, wow. Interesting. But again, we're not going to put too much faith in Mr. Stephen A. because he has a fucking whole file cabinet, a few of them, full of bad takes, especially the last few years as he's been the primetime guy. I think he had very much better commentary when he was younger, when he was an on the beat writer in Philly, when he first had his Stephen A show, I think on Fox Sports or whatever that was. Like, he was cool. He you know what I'm saying? He, based on the time, location, and year that he was coming in, he had swag, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no Stuart Scott, but you know, he had a little swag. Today, you get a little iffy. You know what I'm saying? But I was compelled to talk about this because even Stephen A. Smith can see through Nicki Minaj's bullshit with this stuff. And I'm still not dropping the fact that she tried to sell y'all niggas sneakers and fucking concert tickets while trying to call this shit out. While trying to call y'all niggers with the ER. I will never think that shit is okay. But y'all say, oh, she's not trying to sell us nothing. Well, why the fuck is she hashtagging it in the goddamn same sentence? That is a promotion. Please use brains. Just like when 50 Cent comments on anything going on in the industry, Branson de la Machangyang, whatever the fuck that goddamn liquor is that nigga promotes. Whether he clowning a motherfucker, whether he promoting a show, whether he promoting an appearance, that shit got Branson de la Machangyang every goddamn time. I fuck with 50, but we know what type of nigga he is. He's an opportunist. He jumps in on the chatter, gives his take. He gets however many impressions on that shit, keeps him in the conversation, keeps his liquor in the conversation. I don't even know if anybody has even tasted this shit, but the nigga promotes it daily. She's pulling that same, you know what I mean? That same shit. Don't respect it. And it ain't got nothing to do with Jay-Z. I don't respect that shit toward nobody. If you just jumping in for the dog pile and you ain't got no real reason to jump in, you don't have nothing valuable to add to the conversation. No, we not taking niggas howling at the moon and taking it as legit. Sorry. All right. Let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. Once again, be sure to stream Big Dog on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, whatever platform is your favorite, your preference. Pull it up, hit the pin comment down below. It's going to say Vidia.co or some shit / J Nolan Big Dog. It's going to give you the option to play it on wherever you want to go. Play that motherfucker, play it, send it to somebody, add it to a playlist or 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying? Add it to your workout shit, whatever you got to do, add it to your ride out, whatever. All right? Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.